It really is an honor for me to interview one of my heroes and giants of this beautiful game, cricket, one and only Sir Vivian. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
I remember when I started playing cricket, I used to have nightmares about you as a bowler.
Well, when I faced you, I also had some nightmares as well.
Really?
You came a good time. You came a good time when I was getting out.
So tell us, sir, what are you up to nowadays? First of all, I congratulate you on West Indies winning the Under-19 World Cup. Hopefully, it's a revival of West Indian cricket. What's your take?
Well, I'm ever so excited myself because I saw some of the matches and there's some of the guys who I felt were just so phenomenal. And I'm just hoping that we're able to keep them in check at some point, that they do not get into any nasty habits, you know, when they start becoming superstars. But certainly what we would have seen in that particular tournament and winning the tournament itself,
yeah,
you know, it's just great news for the Windies, and I'm hoping that in future that some of these same individuals, we may see them on the bigger stage.
So tell us, sir, I mean, when you started playing cricket, early 70s, it's difficult, it's impossible sometimes to compare from era to era. If we have to compare cricket nowadays and when we played, what's the big difference now?
It's such a huge, huge question, that, because I've always felt that we are here for a period of time.
Yeah.
And whatever era that we came in, one's got to represent that for that particular time that it is. And not to compare what went by and what we have in future, but to try and embrace. And what I think maybe would have helped us in the past is just seeing maybe the excitement, the T20 stuff which have been introduced. And for one of the main things that I believe that would have happened to the game itself, because at one point cricket looked like it was on a dying stage.
Yeah.
But T20 have created this sort of a new clientele, which would have given cricket a new lease of life, and I'm very excited for that, because I think we all should agree, because we would have played.
Yeah, I agree, and for me, T20 is entertainment. It's, if you want any youngster at the age of 4 onwards, 5 onwards, till the age of 14, go and watch cricket game, that's the format.
Go hit the ball, man.
Go hit the ball.
See ball.
I mean,
hit ball.
some cricketers from the past, they still don't believe in T20. I'm all for them, not to believe. But this is purely entertainment. It's high octane. It's just runs every ball, action every ball.
And what I think is one of the more important things is the people who come to the turnstile.
Yeah.
Those bums that are on seats.
Exactly.
And if you can fill whatever stadium, that to me is excitement. And it says that the new kid in the block today,
yeah,
is not as patient as the folks yesterday. So having this particular tournament, it meets the demands of especially the younger folks.
And I reckon if you start off playing cricket as a 4-day cricketer or a test cricketer, then you can adapt to 1-day and T20.
Easy.
It's difficult to adapt from T20 to test cricket to start off with. One prime example who did that was David Warner.
Oh, I was just going to call that particular name, you know, because he's been very exciting for the game, and not because you may be a T20 player that you cannot make that necessary transformation into the larger version. If there's an example, the name you just mentioned, certainly he fits that bill.
But obviously scoring rate has gone up in test cricket. It's 4-5 and over now.
That's
4
right.
and over, in fact, in our time it was like 2 and over maybe at some stage.
Remember the bats play a huge part today.
I know, have you seen those bats today? Imagine you using that bat, Sir Vivian.
The only problem I have with that wasim is the fact that when you look at the boundaries,
yeah,
they are 65 yards. I think it makes the game look a little bit Mickey Mouse-ish.
Especially for bowlers.
For bowlers, you know, I think it's not exciting.
Yeah.
If you have the bats and the power of the individuals themselves, why not make the boundaries at least 80 to 85 yards?
75 to 80 meters.
I think that would help.
Let's have a fair contest between bowler and a between bowler and a batsman. And that's not happening, especially in shorter format.
It is sad. It is sad to see, and I think sometimes the administrators sometimes who introduce these games make it look like the fast bowlers may be cannon fodders.
Yeah.
You know, they're like some little throwdowns and things like that. But if that can be done, I think it will be a much fairer contest.
So West Indian rule the world. from 70 onwards till 90s. I remember when I started playing cricket, when my debut was in 1985, when I saw the great man first time.
That was in Hobart? Was it in Hobart?
Hobart was much
before
later.
That, much later, okay.
So when I saw you the first time on field, I was in awe. I couldn't even get my eyes off you. You smashed every cricketing team at home and away. So any team particularly came close to you guys or gave you some sort of run for your money, I suppose?
Not because I'm here speaking to you, but I've given this interviews on many occasions, and I've been asked that particular question. And I've always felt that when we were pretty hot, as some folks said we were, there's no team who gave us a harder fight in world cricket than Pakistan. And I can remember as far back as in 1975 World Cup, it took us the last two batters.
The partnership.
Andy Roberts and Derek Murray to get us across the line to beat you. And ever since that, we have always had some very close matches, some very competitive encounters. And this to me, I've always felt that this is why I've always had this belief that Pakistan have produced some of the greatest cricketers on earth.
Wow, and let me tell you, when I started playing cricket to our audience, in 86, I think West Indies came to Pakistan for first time for 5 one-days only. And you guys were so ahead of everyone at that time. As a youngster, I used to go to bed. I used to pray to God, can we come close to them? Forget winning. So these guys were true giants of the game.
I'm going to tell you a little thing, Wasim.
Yeah.
There's folks used to ask us questions about like who's the toughest team that you guys would ever face. It's a question we have always avoid not answering.
Okay.
And we didn't want to pump you guys up any more than you were pumped up, because I think I can say so now that I think we are in the twilight zone of our careers.
Yeah.
We are fully retired,
Big
and
time.
I just felt that you guys were just pretty tough in terms of your competitiveness. You gave us a hard fight, and every time we played you, we always had us to be on our P's and Q's.
Wow, I'm getting goosebumps coming from Sir Vivian, one of the greats of the games. Unbelievable. I mean, obviously, when I played, our captain was sometimes Javed Mirdad, sometimes was great Imran. So they were the one who taught us that against you guys, we got to be aggressive. And that was the only way you could play cricket against the mighty West Indians.
Well, to be fair, when you bring the stuff that you brought to the game itself, you know, as a left arm, either whether you're over or around the wicket, is pretty problematic. You know, and there are times when sometimes, like my batting style, I'll try and leave the stumps quite exposed and look to smash you over extra cover. You were the only individual that I always felt it was pretty hard getting that
was
done.
Was it my quick arm action?
I think it was your quick arm action, and you could still come around the wicket.
Behind the umpire?
Yeah, leave the bat.
Yeah.
And to me, it was all about your control. Yeah. You could fire it in where you wanted it. And this is what I find sometimes amazing today, that guys cannot get 2 balls in the same area at any particular time. But I think you're very special where that's concerned.
Oh, thank you very much. But I had a very good teacher in Imran Khan who taught me everything of bowling.
He's not a bad guy. He wasn't a bad cricketer himself.
I think he was useful.
Very, very, very useful.
I tell you about Imran Khan and his attitude when he played cricket against you guys. He was always there, wasn't he?
Oh, I think when you are that thoughtful, because I've always felt that with the talent that you guys possess at the time, that you should have won a little bit more.
Yeah.
I felt that you had too much quality. I'm not quite sure why you guys couldn't quite get it together on a regular basis.
Could be part of the culture, I suppose.
It could be. But I think Imran was the sort of stabilizer.
Yeah.
He was an individual who I think a lot of folks in the team respected. And when you have that respect, because I know, and looking the way in which he led the team and the information that he gave, it was so important having that individual around at that time.
Yeah.
And you can recall maybe in Melbourne,
yeah, I remember
that particular World Cup,
yeah,
having Imran at the helm as captain, I think it did wonders.
It's a belief he gave us as a team on a whole, not just in World Cup. I mean, generally in his career, helping all the youngsters, the belief he used to give us. That was so important.
Actually, I had an opportunity playing with him.
Yeah.
We played in the World Series cricket for the rest of the world against Australia.
That must have been awesome.
And I shared the dressing room with him, and so we were together. Even though we on opposing sides at times, we did share a dressing room, and did give it to the Aussies as well. So, something I'm very highly proud of.
Tell us about that 70s, the World Series cricket. That has changed the face of cricket.
It was, at the time, I think...
was it a one-man dream, Kerry Packer?
I think it's Kerry Packer at the time. I think he had his issues with the ACB.
Yeah.
And decided that he wanted to... he couldn't get what he wanted at the time, and felt that he had the necessary energies and all the things that needed to take cricket to the next level. And he did. The colored gear.
Yeah.
The only lights. Yeah, you know, it was special. The circle,
the white balls,
and all that. The razzmatazz. The only problem that I think we had at the time was the fact that we were putting some awful colors.
Yeah, I believe so. You were wearing grey and
shocking pink.
Shocking pink. Yeah, it looked nice on you, though.
No, you had no. We it was such a bad period of time, and when we came out of the dressing room, no one wanted to go first. You know, because you know what the Aussie crowd can be like.
Imagine Jules Garner, 6'7", walking in a shocking pink.
Couldn't get the length of his trousers right. So can you imagine you in shocking pink?
Yeah.
With looks like you had Bermuda shorts on. You know, it was just a bad period of time. I guess at the end of that particular series, we found out the right color scheme.
Okay.
And after that, World Series took off.